Welcome to my new live stream. We're going to do some rapid prototyping in Livebook with Elixir. I'm going to hang on for a little while and wait for a few people to join, and we'll start once we've got some, some viewers.
Swaps here. We're keeping it the same, but with polar opposites here. We're going from pseudo infinite stage to the tiny stage, tiny Paris stage.
Hello, Kian. Thank you for joining. Okay, we'll give it one more minute. It would be nice to get some viewers, but it'll be also good to make a start. All right, I think I'm gonna be doing this solo by the looks of it. So let's make a start, and if anybody joins us, that'll be nice. So what we're gonna build is a very simple prototype of a multiplayer game, tug of war kind of style game, where um, one team can add points by clicking on a button, and the other team can gain points by using an API request. Um, and this should be real-time multiplayer across all connected users. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do this. So we'll call it UI versus API. We'll install some dependencies. We use Keynote and we use plug for the API. And then we start with keynote.startChild, and we'll call our module game. And then we'll define our module. We use gen server. We'll define a start link so that start child will know what to do. We'll start this module and we'll give it no for its args because we don't care. We'll define an init function that takes an argument we don't care about. And then we'll return OK. We'll return our own PID so that we can use it in the server. And then we'll return a continue setup action because we can't start our frames in the init function. We'll define a handler for the continue setup, and that will take the PID that we're sending from the init. This handler will update the state at the end of it, and we'll defp update state do, and this will return no reply, comma state, and it will do keynote dot frame dot render, and this will be state.ui.frame and state.ui.score. Duplicate that, and we'll do the same for the API, and this will just update the render state. So we'll define our state here, which is going to be a UI map with frame keynote.frame.new and a score of 0, and we'll do the same for the API. And we are going to do keynote layout, put a grid layout, columns 2, pipe that into keynote.render, and let's add some things to that grid. So we're going to have a keynote.markdown.new, and it's going to be hash UI and a comma at the end, clone it, hash API. So that's going to be a title, and then we're going to do state.ui.frame, state.api.frame, and then we're going to put a keynote button, and that's going to be add points. This is going to be how the UI team adds their points, and we're going to pipe that into tap keynote.listen, listen to the first argument. We're going to do a function that doesn't care about the argument, and we're going to send a message to our PID, which is just going to say UI. And then let's tidy this up a little bit. Let's do our API server as well, keynote.proxy.listen, and we're going to do fncon, take a connection. We're going to send to our own PID, going to send an API message, and we're going to do plug.con.send_rest. We're going to send to the connection we get in. We're going to send a 200 response and an OK body. So we're listening on all endpoints and just increasing the score and returning a 200 OK. So we're going to define our handle info function here. We're going to take a signal and we're going to take a state. And what we're going to do is going to update in state signal, comma, and this is going to be the score. So we just update the score. And what we do is we take the score as the first argument, and then we just add 1. And we'll pipe that into the update function that we've already written. And that should be, there we go. We have our UI and we have an API which we can call in a second. We can launch this, launch a local preview, no password, call it game. Only render rich outputs and 0 round downtime. Right, we are going to do that. Livebook versus API, right. So, copy that. We can add points via the UI. And if we go here, let's just grab the session ID here. And then we can add some points for the API team. Click that a few bunch of times. And there we go. We've got a point for the API team. Now, if we run that a few more times, API team 16, UI 10. There we go. So 6 minutes and we have a fully deployed application, multi-users. Unfortunately, you'll have to take my word for that because I don't think there's anybody on the stream who can test it. But if you visit that URL later on, that application will be live and you can check it out. I suppose that's about it.